So I'm going to turn it over now to the awesome SVP, Roger Davis. Roger, over to you.
Thank you, Jeff, and welcome everybody. Great to have you on the call with us this morning. And I'm just going to share the screen with you so that you can hopefully see some slides that are going to give you a bit of a taster for the company, the business that is Genistar. And just in the next 20 minutes, we're going to take you through a short presentation that gives you an overview of who we are. It's a bit like looking in a shop window, I suppose, to get an idea about the company. So you're welcome to take notes, write down all your questions. There'll be an opportunity to ask the person that invited you onto the call today and go through those. And the objective is really just to give you information. So please, if you can get yourself in a place where you've got a little distraction for the next 20 minutes, so you can just focus on the information. We're going to go at quite a breakneck speed because we're going to try and cover every aspect of the business in a very short period of time. Just to give you a little bit of my background, I live in Liverpool. Not that you'd tell from my accent. And we moved here, my wife and I, back in 2009. We were working for a charity that was helping the victims of human trafficking, really to break free from a past they were trying to forget. And in that time, we met Jeff, the CEO of Genistar, who was up in the Northwest doing a presentation about finance. I have to be honest, I knew he was a wealthy businessman, made his money in finance. And I thought that he'd be flash with his cash. And when he talked about money, I wouldn't be able to understand. And I think what really impressed me was that he was very grounded, down to earth, generally wanting to help other people succeed. And also that when he talked about finance, I could understand it. It didn't go over my head. And I just remember thinking, if only I'd heard these concepts, these ideas, you know, when my wife and I were maybe 10 years earlier, we'd have been in a much different financial position. So we stayed in touch, and about a year later, we met up again, Jeff and I. He was back in the Northwest, and we went out for a coffee. And he asked me two questions, and I want to ask you the same two questions this morning. The first thing he asked me was, Roger, do you like helping people? And I said, well, Jeff, I work in a charity. It's part of our DNA. Yes, I love helping people. He said, well, would you be interested in making a part-time extra income? Now, I don't know whether you've ever worked in the charity sector. It's full of amazing people doing incredible things who don't always get paid that well for the work that they do. I said, Jeff, I'd love to make some extra money. We've got young kids. We'd love to do some more fun things with them. So Jeff started to outline the business. And what really impressed me was the mission of the company, that is to help families become debt-free and financially independent. I was blown away. I thought, here am I dealing with a small minority of people who tragically have got themselves enslaved and now trying to break free. Here's a company that's trying to help every family in the UK find financial freedom. And so I started to work in Genistar very part-time, probably 6 to 8 hours a month, helping one family a month, really enjoying it. And then the team and the business started to grow to the point where actually in 2014, I went full-time in the business. And by the end of 2015, I was an executive vice president. And if you've just joined us today and you're just coming on the call, this is a great time to be checking out Genistar, because we have grown phenomenally in the last 18 months. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, we doubled in size last year. And we had incredible growth, not just within our team, but across the whole company. And so we're really accelerating, and this is a great time for you to be checking us out to see if it suits you. So we always begin in Genistar, and this may surprise you, not focusing on money, but on your goals and dreams. Because money is not an end in itself, right? It just enables you to do what you really want to do with your time and with your life. So I'm guessing you probably come onto the call today with some goals and some dreams, things you'd love to do in the future, even if they require a lot of money and they seem to just wave at you somewhere on the horizon. Well, imagine 10 years from now, if you still hadn't achieved those goals and dreams, how would it make you feel? I guess a little bit down, maybe frustrated, like you're just going around the mountain one more time. But what if we could show you a way of achieving those goals in the next 2 to 3 years? I guess you'd feel very differently, maybe like this family on the beach, happy, content, as if life is really progressing, that it just adds to your self-esteem and sense of self-worth. And that is what we do in Genistar. We want to connect people with their goals and dreams and turn them into a reality. So how do we do that, and who exactly is Genistar? Well, Genistar is a financial services company, but we're very different in that we focus on education and information, because we genuinely believe that if we can give the right information to people, then we empower them to make smarter financial decisions for themselves. We're regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, and we were established in 2007. So we've been in business now over 13 years and getting bigger and faster. We're now one of the fastest growing financial services companies in the whole of the UK. So what is exactly that we do? We're trying to help families, remember, become debt-free and mortgage-free, and then financially independent. And we do it in 4 ways. And I'll just take you quickly through those 4 different ways we do that. The first is we provide families with free financial education. Now, this is really important because if you think back to your time at school between the age of 11 and 16 or 11 and 18, your experience was probably like mine. I had to wait till 6th form before I got any help with finance. And it took the form of an assembly with a bank manager who showed me how to open up a bank account, write a check, that dates me slightly, and spend on a credit card. And then they were gone and they just left us with a pen. And that's all I had. I did business studies and some other things, but that was the only stuff I got on personal financial management, personal dealing with money. And yet I did A-level biology and I spent 2 weeks learning how to dissect a rat. Now this may surprise you, but since leaving school, I've never chopped up a rat ever again, but I've dealt with money every day. And you're the same, right? You learn words in different languages you've never spoken again. You learn Pythagoras' theorem, and unless you're a maths teacher, you've never used that again. And so we really believe that if we can give people the right information, the rules of the money game, if you like, they stand a much better chance of winning. Our CEO, Jeff, wrote a book a couple of years ago called Your Journey to Financial Freedom. It's a terrific guide to the steps that you can take to get yourself to a really strong place financially. And so we teach our clients things like how to become debt-free, how to accelerate out of your mortgage, the rule of 72, smart investing, and many other things as well. So education is the first thing we provide. And the second thing we do is we offer people a free financial plan. Now, research in the UK has found that most people are spending more time planning for a holiday each year, even in the pandemic, than they are planning for their money. And the reason most people don't plan financially is they just don't know where to start. So Genostar wants to help in this area because it's creating a huge ticking time bomb in the area of pensions. You see, if you took a random sample right now of 167-year-olds in the UK, one is wealthy, so their net worth is 2.5 million or more. They're living the dream, right? They've got a lot of choice and freedom to do what they really want to do. 4 are financially independent. They have a net worth between 500,000 and 2.5 million, so they're comfortable. They're able to look after themselves and probably their family. But 41 are still working because they can't afford to stop. And 54 we cheekily call dead broke because they're living off whatever the government will pay them. Now, you guys look young and good looking. This has probably never even crossed your radar. But at the age of 67 or 68 right now, if you qualify, you get £168 a week. So imagine it's a Monday morning, you jump out of bed, you rush to the post office, and you get to take out £168 to last you for the next 7 days. It's not really living, is it? It's not like you're thriving. It's more like you're surviving. So if I was to ask you which category would you like to be in, without even knowing you, if you're modest, you're going to say number 4, financially independent. If you're ambitious, you're going to say 1, wealthy. But the most important question is the one at the bottom of the screen. Which category will you land in if you change nothing about what you're doing right now? You see, we want to help people through the education and the planning, make sure they get to a great place financially by the time they reach their 60s or even earlier than that. So in helping families become debt-free and financially independent, we provide free financial education, a free financial plan, and then we introduce our clients to different financial products and services designed to save them money or get them better value for money. So let me show you how we put all this together. If you were my client, we would arrange an appointment online on Zoom. So the Genostar reps are working from home. And we would start with a financial education presentation and offer you a free financial plan. And if you want that, we gather up some information. And then using our Genostar software, we would produce your financial plan that's going to equip you to change your financial future. We then arrange a second appointment online and show you your financial game plan, which is a bit like a sat-nav for your money. It looks at where you're starting from, where you're trying to get to, and the best ways that you can arrive there. And at the end of all of that, we would then show you a range of different products and services designed to save you money or get you better value for money, or just plug a gap in an area that you've not got round to sorting out yet. And you can see them listed here. There's a whole range of products. And what I love about this is that these are not niche products. These are things that every family needs as they go on their financial journey through life. And secondly, as a Genistar rep, we don't have to be experts in these areas. We are introducing our clients to a range of partner companies that can help them in these areas. And these partner companies have been specially vetted by our board of directors to make sure they're doing what's right by clients. Now, to give you an idea of our scale and size, let me just highlight one of the companies we partner with, which is Vitality. They're a multinational insurance company operating in 16 countries around the world, including the United States and China, other parts of Europe and the Far East. But right now, they're the third biggest insurance company in the UK and the fastest growing as well. And Genistar provides them with more clients in the UK than any other broker. We're their #1 broker in the UK for life and serious illness cover. We're actually the 6th biggest broker in the UK, full stop. And so we've burst into the top 10 and we're growing faster year by year. Just to put some numbers on that, Genistar currently has over £4 billion of face amount in life and serious illness cover with Vitality. What that means is that if all of our clients made a claim tomorrow, Vitality would have to pay out over £4 billion to them in the cover that they have. So we're growing incredibly fast. Genistar is based down in Caterham, which is at the bottom of the M25. But as you can see from the map, we're represented throughout the UK. There are part-time income opportunities available, full-time business opportunities available, and we're interviewing right now. We're looking for good people who like helping others, who are ambitious and self-motivated, who are looking for an opportunity to improve their own position right now. So we've already covered 3 ways that we help families become debt-free and financially independent. But the 4th is the one that I think is most exciting. We also provide people with an opportunity to come and work with us, learn to help families in the way that I've shown you, and earn a flexible part-time income. And that's great news, right? Because so many people are in a job that has a ceiling on how much they can earn. And it's really hard to break through that ceiling and just start increasing your earnings month by month. If you want to test that theory, why don't you ask your boss for a pay rise on Monday morning and see what they say? You see, a job isn't designed to make you wealthy, it just about pays the bills. And so we're providing people with an opportunity to increase their earnings, because your financial position is only ultimately the result of 2 things: how much you spend and how much you earn. So through the planning and the budgeting, we can help with the spending side, but with the opportunity, we give people the chance to earn an extra income. And the way that that works in Genistar, it starts out by you helping families with the financial education and planning. And when you introduce them to the products and services that we have on offer, we get paid commissions from those partner companies. So you can make an immediate income from the work that you're doing with the families as you save the money and get them better value for money on the products and services. I did that for about 9 months and I loved the buzz of helping families making a bit of extra money. But then I met with one of the founding vice presidents who was mentoring me, and he said, "Roger, you're doing great with families, but why are you doing this on your own? You're limited by the amount of time that you have. You're helping maybe 1 family a month. What if you could build a team of people, maybe 10 people, teach them to do what you've learned to do? And now if you all went out and helped 1 family a month, your impact is going to be so much greater. And here's the really amazing thing. The company will pay you not just for the work that you've done, but for the work that your team does as well." I didn't really understand it. I understood the power of teamwork. So I started to go out and I started to build a team that started in Liverpool, grew to Manchester, and then started to cover the Northwest. And amazingly, my income started to grow beyond what I was earning myself as I got a supervisory income for the work that my team was doing. And that's what enabled me to go full-time in the business, because now I had 2 income streams. So let me just unpack that for you. In Genistar, everybody starts as a trainee. We take you through a training program because we're authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. And it's going to take 1 to 4 weeks probably to take you through that training program. And while you're learning, you can earn a commission, somewhere probably in the region of £50 to £250. As soon as you complete the training, you become a licensed representative of Genistar. You're able now to go out and help families on your own without any supervision. And you'll typically be earning £500 to £1,000 a month if you're helping 1 family a week, which is somewhere between 5 to 8 hours of your time. But as soon as you get promoted to team leader, you can now double that income because there's two sources of income, right? From the money that you make on the work you do yourself and the money being made through supervising a team. And that continues to grow. So 2 more part-time positions, senior team leaders and group leaders. These are people now who started to promote team leaders within their team. And so their impact is growing as their team is being built. We then have executive vice presidents who have to be full-time in the business because they ultimately own their own company within Genistar. They're responsible for the admin, the training of the team and the compliance, but they get to own their own company. They can now sell it back to the business. They can pass it on to their children. It can even make them an income in retirement or a legacy. The guy that trained me sadly passed away last year, and yet his business that he built is now making his family an income month after month. We then have some more senior positions, and these guys are averaging on £10,000 a month, some a little bit more, some a little bit less. And then we go up to national sales and senior national sales directors. And the top earners in our company are earning between 400 and 500,000 a year. Now, look, this is not a get rich quick scheme, right? These guys have been building their business. They started as trainees, they developed leaders, and they built a network of vice presidents that enabled them to build a business and that level of income. Most people start because they love helping families and they want to earn an extra income to do something smart with the money. And then they fall in love with the business and then push on. And what was really exciting last year in 2020 was we promoted nearly 40 vice presidents, and there was a bonus scheme issued to every level of representatives within the company. So let me just show you a sample of the executive vice presidents. It's about half of them. There's currently nearly 90 executive vice presidents in the company. And what you'll see is it's pretty evenly split, male and female, and a huge different type of nationality represented by the executive vice presidents, and also from a really diverse set of backgrounds. If I just took the top row of executive vice presidents, you got someone from financial services, then you got someone who ran a garage, a mechanic's garage, an accountant, a plasterer, a lecturer, a car salesman, someone working on the shop floor of John Lewis, a teacher, a nurse, and somewhere in there is my favorite, a croupier at a casino. So we're not looking for people that have a financial background. We're looking for people who are hungry for an opportunity with a desire to make an impact and help families. So that was just a taster. I would expect by now you've got a flavor of the company, of our culture, and you want to find out more. But we find over 20 minutes, that's about as much as we can retain on a call like this over Zoom. So what we would recommend now is if you want to find out more and explore the opportunity in more detail, is book yourself in for a one-to-one appointment, a one-to-one interview with the person that invited you and their executive vice president. You see, we want to give you more information about how you get paid, how you get trained, how you're going to build a team and get promoted, and how you get clients. And we've also got to check out that you qualify to work with us because we're regulated by the FCA. We have to do due diligence on the people that are joining. So at that one-to-one interview, you're going to find that there are no monthly subscriptions for being in Genistar, and there are no targets that you have to hit month by month. You don't even have to buy a product yourself, and there's a huge amount of support and mentorship that goes in around you as you build your business. Once you pass the interview, you then have to complete a short online application that takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do. And for that, you're going to have to provide 2 things. You're going to have to prove your identity. So your passport is going to be required ideally. If it's a British passport or an EU passport, that's all that we require. If it's another national passport, you're going to need a visa too. You're also going to have to then provide £140 for a registration fee. Now, before you roll your eyes, I go, oh, there's the catch. That's why I was invited this morning. Let me just explain. It's a one-off administrative fee. It simply pays for the background checks that we have to do for you to qualify to work with the company. But think about what you get for that. It's like getting a business in a box. You get a head office that does the legal and the compliance side and the financial side, so you can focus on helping families and building a team. You get a website with the software, the partnership companies that we work with, and all of the mentorship and the team building that goes in place with the training with the people that are put around you. So after that, you're going to book an orientation meeting to start your training, and then you can explode your business. So in closing, here's a quote from Richard Branson. If someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, why don't you say yes and then learn how to do it later? Because Genistar is a mentorship program. You learn as you go. and you can have great success in the business. So please speak to the person that invited you this morning and get booked in for a one-to-one interview or even a financial plan, because at the start of 2021, right, what a great way to begin the year thinking long-term about your finances. And then we can get one of these awesome books, Your Journey to Financial Freedom, to you as a result of that. Thanks, guys, for listening. Appreciate you being on the call.